Independent retailers are having a tough time these days trying to be heard amongst the giant internet players. However, there is a way you can attract new customers with great content that speaks to your target audience in a way that will get their attention. And the key is in understanding the difference between marketing and selling. Because selling is when you're talking about yourself, basically, when you're talking about your business and your products. And there is a time and place for that, of course. Marketing, on the other hand, is when you talk about your customers' problems and their concerns. And when it comes to prospecting for new customers, it's critical that you talk about your customer and not about you. So here are a few tips that you can try the next time you post something on Facebook or some other social media platform. So firstly, identify your audience's biggest questions, their biggest concerns, and their biggest frustrations. Now remember, we're talking about your customers' concerns, about their frustrations. This is not a list of your grievances and problems. It's about your customer. And the reason you're doing this is because the more you understand your customers' problems, the more you can help them. And the more you can help them, the more valuable you become to them. So write down all of the questions and concerns and frustrations that your customers have relative to your industry. This is not about you as a company, but this is relative to you and your industry. And I recommend that you try and come up with at least 100 problems and concerns. I know that sounds crazy, but you know, when I was writing my book, my publisher asked me to make a list of 100 problems and concerns that my audience has, and I just didn't think it was possible, and I struggled in the beginning, but I pushed through and I eventually came up with, in fact, more than 100 problems that retailers had relative to my industry. And the great thing is that it provided endless content for my book, and I was never struggling for ideas. And the same will work for you, because the more you understand your customers' problems, and if you get to this list of the magic 100 or more, the more you will be able to create useful content for your particular audience. So for example, if you're a lighting retailer or an interior designer, what are the problems that your customers have? You know, lighting is a very, very intricate area, and it's a very confusing area for a lot of customers because there's so much choice. First of all, they don't know where to begin. Secondly, there are so many technical advances in lighting. Should it be LED or halogen? Should it be dimmable or not dimmable? What style do I use? Should I go for traditional? Should I go for contemporary? All of these problems and frustrations can drive your customers crazy. And although it might seem obvious to you, it's not obvious to your customers. So at this stage, just don't worry about the solutions. Just write down all the problems and frustrations that your customers have. And in an upcoming video, I will share with you how to structure that content in a way that will appeal to your target's audience's problems. And then the more you do that, the more you actually speak to them and to their real issues, the more likely they're going to engage in your content, and then the more likely they'll come back to you when they're looking for a product to solve those particular problems. So have fun with that, give it a go, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.